You to come to Mission Row, please.
10-4-76.
Oh, look at you. You grew your hair out even longer.
It's ready. It's ready.
Yes.
Can I talk to you, please? Hold on. Hey, how you feeling?
I'm alright.
Are you?
Yeah, I got shot in the arm, in the vest. So I'm okay.
I'm really sorry how that went down.
Well, I mean, they turned around and started shooting me. So whatever they're saying about you shooting me is bullshit.
Yeah, I know. I saw them do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, they don't. They're very upset that that you got shot. But the thing is, they were shooting at us earlier.
They shot a cop in front of me on the way down.
When you have a hostage, you don't get to shoot people and then keep claiming you have a hostage. It just doesn't work that way. So I'm so sorry that you got hit. Like that was never the intended outcome, but that's just how it played out.
I know. It's part of the... I understand. No, I understand. So...
What's going on?
Hey, briefing room.
Oh, shit.
10-4.
Thank you. This is for everyone. Briefing room. Okay. So you're going to be okay then?
Yeah, I'll be alright.
Okay. I'm sorry. All right, let's head upstairs.
Okay.
We'll talk a little bit more about it later. But for now, I just want you to take it easy, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Jesus.
Victims.
All
And
right.
then there are other victims hidden away. Like there are other victims hidden within
Okay.
this too.
All right.
Appreciate it. Mama.
Welcome everyone to debrief for shit show number 37, chapter 2. So, what the fuck just happened? Does anyone really have a clue? What the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Sounds like
I mean, you mean a synopsis of like all the events that occurred?
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and put together a synopsis? I'll go ahead and provide like an overarching story of what we got so far, and let's fill in the blanks. So, what we have two people that tried to kidnap Toretti. For what reason? Unknown. They shoot at Valentine as we're driving up the highway so that he loses sight of them. They cause him to crash. We get up to St. Insurance SL. Yeah, I try to ram them so that they can't take him out of the car and sign him off duty. I stop, back off. They sign him off duty. They threaten to shoot at us. They start taking off. I try to stay with the vehicle. Driver of the vehicle gets out, tries to execute Toretti point blank. We then shoot down the bad guys, put him in cuffs, take him to the hospital. What happens from here?
Hospital becomes under siege.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so two things were playing out. One is, you get that general, like, everyone and their mother wants to see what's going on. So now all of a sudden they're presented as potential targets or potential, like they could be the potential assailants. So we're trying to figure out like who it is that are the assailants. I was inside with Buddha and one other guy. I don't know who the other one was. I know it's Buddha because he pretty much kind of like
is Buddha and
unveiled himself. He didn't want to be saved. He tried to tweet out about it. But I guess the boys wanted to save, which is fair enough, is a usual pattern by everyone in the city, right? People don't like leaving their friends behind. Fair enough. So it looked like we were just under siege for 15, 20 minutes or whatnot until we ended up transporting the gentleman down here for processing. During that time, AJ and I just provided some code 6 gang surveillance.
Yeah, we held it down to the boys, right?
Yeah, we did some strafing runs. So we directed the two vehicles that were at us to make them think that we're gonna come, shoot them up. But we really just distracted for a good 10 minutes. So we just strafed down the road, made them get their sights on us, and we just led them in the middle of nowhere. And then once they were off our back, we just came back again
405 out with
and
an
just
illegally
rinse and
parked
repeated
vehicle.
until we were good.
I'm in front of Legion Square.
I think a pretty big fuck up on our part is somehow we forgot to cover lower pillbox, and that's how they kind of got our cop cars down there.
U-turn back on Vespucci westbound.
I'm gonna turn my radio down. Okay.
It's gonna be Mel's black Lamborghini. It's gonna be occupied one time by Rice Miller.
All right. So.
Right. turn again.
Let's go ahead and, now that we've kind of like got this negative, we're all debriefing. Jordan, you're on your own.
That's okay. I got it.
Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and let's focus a little bit on the negatives first, so we can kind of get that shit out of the way, and then we'll talk a little about what went right. What do you think you guys could have done better in that situation? Like overall, like with 3 different people doing drive-bys in the hospital, what really could we have done better?
I think that went really well, and I like the fact that you. It doesn't happen often, ma'am, where we have someone who comes in and says, "You're gonna do this," and when we don't have that happening, everything goes to shit. Example being yesterday was a real big shit show around this time, because sometimes we're looking for direction because we think we know what to do, but we need someone to say, "Listen, you're gonna do this because it's a big scenario," so that everyone's accounted for and they know what's going on.
Permission granted? Is that what I heard?
You gotta make the call yourself. No one else is on that space with you, Jordan.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I think that's definitely important. That's why we're trying to have more sergeants on duty. I made an effort to be on duty specifically in case some shit show happened, but it didn't. So that's good. I'd like ideally going forward, we don't want this to be just on the sergeants doing that kind of stuff. It's good that we do have sergeants available to take command. So definitely in a situation like this, if you feel like you have a bit of a leadership bone in you, you want to try and stretch it a little bit, then you're more than encouraged to do so if there's no sergeants available. Obviously, we still have a rank structure, so senior officers take precedent, then officers, then cadet. But once you have a senior, you got it by the balls. Okay. Anything else that we could have done better?
I think there was a lot of misdirection on the comms. In other words, like I think pointing out that individuals are in the area, like known, criminals, because we don't know if they're related at that time. But I definitely over the radio we got sort of misinformation where like based on like nothing really. We almost shot up some civilians a couple times.
Yeah, there definitely has been some situation. I mean, it's difficult when we're in pillbox, and we need to be very sure of our shots and where they're going and who's inside the vehicles, because even though like you could be in a really stressful situation, it is possible you shoot a civilian, you're looking at potential charges because they weren't actually doing anything. So it's definitely, we need to make sure that we're being very careful with our shots. You got to know what you're shooting at.
Northbound Los Santos Freeway.
Okay. Anyone else have anything I want to bring up?
Thanks, guys.
For positives, we didn't have any 13s once we got to the hospital.
Yeah, save me.
Anything
I was
for you,
kidnapped.
buddy.
Yeah.
Was it really worth it?
Was what worth it?
Savings already. I mean, come on. All right.
Okay.
Well, that's all.
You know what?
I think we're good to go, right?
We're not done.
not?
No, we have to talk about what we did good. What do you guys think we did well that situation? What worked well?
Someone taking leadership over the entire situation and everyone consolidating onto that, as opposed to like, slowly bringing officers in,
Yeah, I agree.
Actually shooting the kidnappers for once.
Well,
that was nice.
This is something that I want to bring up on the topic of police hostages, because I know there's going to be some people who don't seem to quite understand or really get it, like what may have happened. And this includes officers here, because some officers don't shoot. In this particular instance, to clarify what happened to Toretti, he was being taken hostage by 2 armed gunmen, and the officer pursuing him was shot. So at that point, they'd already downed 1 officer, and they had another officer in their custody. So there was no bargaining chip at that point. Even though they had Toretti with them, they'd already attempted to take life, and they were going to sign him off duty. At the soonest possible time, the safest possible way, disable that vehicle, and you take them out. Obviously, if you could do it keeping them safe, that's fantastic, but we just didn't have the tools at the time. So in that case, the vehicle was rammed, disabled, and they were shot. Now, unfortunately, Toretti got shot in the crossfire, but at that point, the situation is already so dangerous that it really doesn't matter, because they'd already started shooting at cops. So I want to make it clear, when we do have a police hostage, if they've already made a dangerous action, if they've threatened lives, they're talk about executing people, if they've already shot someone, the hostage's life is forfeit. Unfortunately, even if it's your best friend, If I was in,
What the fuck?
yes, because here's the thing.
They're already shooting at cops.
They're already shooting at people, and they're
Yeah.
trying to take life. You have to remember, it's the lives of everyone over the lives of a few. If you have one bargaining chip, because think about it this way: if you have a hostage, and we preserve their life over everyone else's, you could literally just drive around with a hostage and just unload on people with an AK-47, and you could say, well, we can't do anything about it because we have a hostage with us. Does that make
No, I
sense?
agree. So, they were shooting while Toretto was in the car?
Yes, they were shooting
Yeah.
at
Oh,
police
that makes sense,
officers.
then.
That's why they got shot.
Yeah, they shot Casey.
I just want to add as well, if they have a hostage and we don't have a line of communication and they're trying to like flee with the hostage, I'm pretty sure it's still a SOP that if we don't have a line of communication or Air 1 to see where the hostage is going, and they're like about to lose us type of thing, we need to disable the car.
Right. Now, I'm not saying like just because they have a hostage and it's a cop, you could shoot them. Like that's
No,
not
yeah,
what I'm
absolutely
saying,
not.
Hunter.
But if they're
just
not
to-
talking with
'cause I know
us and
your
they're
reaction.
fleeing, yeah.
Yeah, like if for example, if they had Toretto hostage, they just held him at gunpoint and then they took him to sign off duty and they hadn't shot at Valentine, they hadn't done anything aggressive, they hadn't talked about executing him or anything like that, then then we probably wouldn't have shot them. But in a situation like that, once they've started shooting, it's all bets are off, right? So just so we're clear on that, we still value the life of a hostage and we want to keep them safe. But once they take an aggressive action, then at that point, the hostage's life is secondary. Unfortunately.
So just to be clear, the reason why these two gentlemen were shot were because they shot
Valentine
with Toretto.
Yeah, with Toretto in the car.
That was
they
that
shot
was
Valentine.
okay.
Yes, and that's why they were shot, and they'd also had him sign off duty. So the signing off duty part, taking a hostage with you, that one is kind of situational. Again, it comes to reading the room. But when you have someone being taken off duty, like 99% of the time, that's because something terrible is about to happen to them. And we don't let people take hostages with them. That's just not something that we've ever let them do before. So that's why you don't kidnap people in front of a cop, because if you do that, we're just going to, S1 your ass and do some crazy shit. You can't, guarantee your safety anymore at that point.
Yeah, if we can't see the hostage, then there's no way we can possibly get them back if there's no line of communication.
Because remember, the whole point of a hostage is to use them as leverage, right?
Yeah, if they take Toretto and we don't know where they're going, then Toretto's, unfortunately, probably as good as dead. Like, they're not kidnapping him to be friends and make a cake, They're probably kidnapping him for revenge or something otherwise.
And they lose that leverage once they start shooting at police. So that's just to clarify why that happened, and keep that in mind going forward. Again, I understand that sometimes there's lighter-hearted situations and you can treat those as needed. That's going to be up to you for your discretion. But the baseline response for a situation like that is what happened today. Right? Are we all clear on that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Great. Perfect. Awesome. Well, I don't have anything else unless you do, Svensson.
There was one other thing I just wanted to say was I'm glad that you let Anto go.
Yeah, well, in that case, it's more important that we, focus on Toretto's life than, do some stupid little warrant on him,
10-4.
So,
All right, cool. Let's get out there.
all right, cool. Let's do it. Hey, Sharp.
Yeah.
Sorry about abandoning you and being so rude and whatnot. It was a stressful situation. I appreciate you putting up with it.
Fine. Question.
Yeah, what's up?
I shot one of the suspects. Is there any? Do I have to do any processing after that or some shit?
We need to do a report. I'm gonna take care of the OIS report. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be here at Mission writing that up for a little bit, actually.
10-4. Well, all right. So I don't. Oh god.
How much longer are you gonna
Alright.
be on duty?
I'm gonna go for the 2 here.
Okay, I understand. Well, I'll take care of this paperwork for today.
All right.
MDT's fucked.
Is it?
I just
fine
tried
to
to
me.
submit. I just tried to submit a report and it was just a white screen.
Yeah, it's fine for me. I can still do things, so probably on your end.
Oh god, because I've still got this. I've got a goddamn serial killer. So not only have I got to do a raid warrant.
The front here.
We caught her.
Mission OPD.
Investigation closed.
Hey, cool.
We've got her in custody.
Tsunami in a
So
That's
minute.
great.
Oh, sorry.
Chat.
Gunshots at Mission Row?
Oh my god.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
You guys gotta stop that shit right the fuck now. Put that gun down.
Hey, step away from him.
What the actual fuck is happening?
Hunter, come
Oh,
back
it's
here.
tsunami. I think it's just tsunami shit, Simpson.
Yeah, but still, we shouldn't be fucking doing that.
I agree with you, but
Shit,
it's
out,
not
dude. What are
that
you
serious.
doing?
Just wait until after the red appears. Jesus fucking Christ.
Jesus Christ,
We all got told by the gold.
Yeah, it's
Remember, I heard it
too
in my
early.
prayers.
Too early.
Green!
Too early,
What's
Hunter. You
going
gotta
on?
wait a little bit longer.
I gotta get a call because I gotta talk to the judge. Because I want to confirm from one of the chief judges on whether or not they're allowing Mr. Eugene to go undercover. Talk.
Jesus Christ. Oh, it's one of the most stressful things I've ever done, dude.
You guys not shoot each other?